Hello, and welcome back to Productive Dragons channel, where we do unboxes, plan with me's, and other things. And if you like that, please consider subscribing. Today I'll be talking about the planners and journals I'll be using next year for 2025 and tell you what changed and what is staying the same. Want to see what's going on? Come join me. Here we have two stacks. The first stack is what I'm using right now for 2024, and this is my 2025 stack. It's small for right now because I haven't moved everything over, but so far this is what we're looking at for 2025, and this is what I'm using right now for 2024. All right, so we will start. I'll put my glasses on. We'll start with the top, which is something that has not changed, and I'm going to continue bringing over, which is the Hobonichi Weeks. I use this for my appointments and finances. I've kept this, so I am using these for that. I bring this with me to my doctor's appointments, write them in when I need the next one, or I put it in a little slot here to remind myself to put it in. So this has been really handy. I really like it. I do not decorate it. I just put the finance information in it, and there I go. So I am keeping this. I've been enjoying it. It's very simple, easy to take with me everywhere. So this is not changing, just separating the book. I started this in September. This is a Archer and Olive A5 notebook that I got in one of the subscription boxes. I have started journaling and done a little bit of few things. I haven't been journaling much but I started this in September, so I'm going to continue this until whenever it fills up. It's got plenty of room, as you see. So I'm trying to remember to journal at night. I have been slacking for the last few days, or I should say week or two. And so it's been, I'm going to get back into it. I just was having fun trying to do a little bit of journaling at night of what happened during the day. But like I said, a few times I've forgotten to do it, and that's okay. I do not know if I'm going to continue, but I know I'm continuing this until next year. I don't know what I'll replace it with. It can change between now and then. But I have plenty of space in this, so I have plenty of time to keep it. I'm going to go ahead and show you. This is a journal that doesn't come out. This is also an Archer and Olive square notebook that I received during, I think it was a sale. And what I do in this one is the scripture writing. And so I'm still going to use this as the same book. So far, this is what I've used so far, and this is November. I still have plenty of room here, and I find scriptures that I need to write. And that's what I do for this. So this is going to be carried over to 2025 because there's going to be plenty of space, as you can see. So that is not going to change. All right. This is my morning pages. It's a Stylogy A5. This is what I use in the mornings when I get the stuff out of my head when I wake up. Very rarely do I skip a day. This is kind of changing. It's changing to a B5. I'm going back to the B5. So what I plan to do is on this, I do every day. And it's messy, it's not. Then on this, I'm planning to start it, and if, let's say, I only write about to here, I'll start the next day. We'll see how long this goes. They're yearly ones where, if you see the top here, there are dates, and then there's months. And you can highlight it. I don't do that, so that's not a big deal. But I decided that's what I'm going to use. I used this in 2023, and I thought, it's too big. And now I kind of want something like this, and then just keep going instead of a page a day. That's the reason why I reduced the size this year. And I'm sitting here going, it's not too bad to have another one that's going to come over. So that's what I'm doing for my morning pages. So that's changed. Next is pull a card. This is Notebook Therapy journal that I received. I think this is La Luna. And that's where I do my pick a cards. And I've already got it all the way set up to the end of December. I am going to use, no, this is a new book to me, this new journal, and it's Yuki, and it's bamboo paper, 160 GSM, and I'm going to use it as the pull card for next year. And I think that'll be interesting to see how this works. I decided to get a new journal for the pick a card. I do not show these or the scripture or my morning pages because, like I said, this is the first thing in the morning. That's what I mess with. So this is going to change to that. And this will be next. This will finish up this year. Another journal that I really don't share is my reading journal. This is from Tool. For those of you who don't know, that's an Office Depot kind of brand. Tool has these notebooks. I've used it. This is my reading journal. I've got different things in here, and that's how I do my reading journal. And I was like, you know, this is great. And then I decided to go to this. This is another Archer and Olive square journal. This is the B one. Forget the name, but it is, I've kind of wrote some in here. I decided to do this as my reading chart, but I'm bringing it over, so it's going to be interesting how I decide to choose this. It's different how I'm doing in this one because this is a normal size. I would say I wouldn't say it's a B5. I would say it's an A4 because this is legal size paper. And this I am going to be reducing down. I don't put a lot in it. And so this is going to be a big change up because all of a sudden I'm like, I really want to do these. I was doing the disc because it was easy to take in paper and take out paper, and you know, I'm going to have fun trying to figure out how to do this, but yeah, that's my plans. I don't know if I'll start sharing the reading journal or not, to be all honest with you, because I really don't do a lot in writing my feelings of the books and whatnot. That would be a different book altogether. Have those. So that's going to be a change up. All right. Now, if you started with me this year, I had this as a Franken planner. It had all, let's see here. It had fitness, it had social media, work all, and gratitude. And at a certain point, I went, I'm done trying to do all of it in one thing. So I returned this to a social media planner. This is a happy planner. It has only the years 2024 to the end. So next year, I'm only using this as a social media planner. This is becoming my social media planner. It is the same thing. It is the same kind of layout, a vertical layout. For those of you who know, they've seen my Planner Envy. I always do my videos. So this is one that I do share on stream, on YouTube. So that's going to just, it's staying the kind of the same, but just a different outlook. And I do like the celestial stuff. So that's that. Now, we're getting into the bullet journals. Now, this is something that normally most people don't see. This is a Notebook Therapy B5. I use this as my collections. This is what I use and put all my stuff in that I don't put in my bullet journal. This is the collections of the future log. I've always kept it separate. So next year, I'm using this Archer and Olive B5 notebook that I got during the Halloween thing, and I'm putting the future log in here as well as other things, and this is where my collections are going to go. I'm changing the notebook because, one, I've used a lot of the pages, as you see, and so I wanted to keep the brands across the board. So this will be finally used here, even though I have plenty of space to put 2025 in. I just choose not to. I'm going to put it in here and start new. So I'm not tearing out pages anymore. But I am keeping the same size. With that being said, this is where the change up comes. As some of you who've watched my streams, and for those of you who see my streams here on YouTube, I am now put what I started with was just a little bit. This is my bullet journal, and I started until August. Everything was just, bullet journal, and I didn't put any fitness, gratitude, all that. I moved my fitness, gratitude, and anything more into this. So this changed in September, and I will be finishing this baby up in December with this last page. So this will be one fold up thing. So this is a notebook therapy, a B5 notebook. Next year, I'm going to actually have 2 B5s. They are both from Archer and Olive. This is from one of their collaborations with one of their people who they've got as ambassador. He had one done. This was done, and I am going to put, I'm separating the two. This is going to be from January to June. This is going to be that bullet journal, and then the bullet journal for July to December is going to be this bullet journal. Like I said, they're both from Archer and Olive. I am wanting to do a little bit more creation on my bullet journal and put more information in, and you would think, oh, this should be big enough pages. I'm finding it's not. So I'm going to actually do either Dutch Doors 4 pages. I'm doing 4-page weeks instead of 2-page weeks, and I get to try it the last week out in December with a 4-page week in this one, which will be interesting. But I wanted to be more creative and have more play with it, so that's what I decided. I said I'm going to do 2 B5s for my bullet journals. One's going to be one half of the year, the other's going to be the other half of the year. So it's going to be interesting. I have found that the other thing that I was going to do, and I got to test it in October, I liked the 2-month layout. Normally it was this, a 1-page layout, but I'm doing a 2-month layout for my monthlies, and I think that'll be also great. So those are the changes. So we pull out everything that I'm using for the year of 2025. This is the stack. So I will be using all this next year. One's going to be one half of the year and the other half of the year, but these are going to be the journals that I will be working with next year. What do you think of my selection? I'm curious to find out what you liked and what you didn't like. Any questions, put down below. What are you using next year? And until the next time, I hope everybody is having a wonderful